Shalom, Miss Parker. This is one of the series of the reasons, 26 reasons why Jews don't believe in Jesus. This is part 3. Just like I said, I've been led to do a series based on the book 26 Reasons Why the Jews Don't Believe in Jesus by Asher Norman, and to find out why is it that they don't believe in Jesus. What is it that they know that we don't know? If they are the people, the chosen people of God, and if truly Jesus is the Son of God, then why would they want to do things or go against the wish of their Father, of their Creator, of the person they claim that they love so much? In this series, a lot of secrets to be uncovered, a lot of mysteries to be exposed, and you gain a new understanding and insight as to the knowledge, what they have, what make them so bold in their decision to serve the Creator and no one else. Excuse me. Now let's continue. It says, most Christians, I'm reading from the book by Asher Norman. So most Christians do not seem to know why Jews do not believe in Jesus, and why most Jews have no interest in converting to Christianity. Remember, just like I said, we're all learning this together. My Abba wants to teach us something, teach everyone something. Of course, the only time you stop learning is when you're dead. As far as your life, you have to keep learning. And there is a wise person cannot say, I've known it all. So I continue. There is a concept in the Christian Bible that Jews are blinded to the truth about Jesus. Obviously, this is not the Jewish view. This book presents 26 bullet points in an anti-missionary format, explaining the fundamental reasons why, for the past 2,000 years, Judaism has consistently rejected the faith claims of Christianity about Jesus and Paul. Specifically, it explains the fundamental issues that separate the two religions, especially the efficacy of law versus faith, the Jewish rejection of the Gentile Christian deification of Jesus into the Son of God and a member of the Divine Trinity, and also why Jesus failed to qualify as the Jewish Messiah, Ben David, the son of David. This book is written to provide Jews with a comprehensive resource of easily accessible information that can be used to rebut the theological and emotional arguments of Christian missionaries. Since Torah observant Orthodox Jews are deeply connected to Elohim and Torah observance mitzvot, they are rarely susceptible to the arguments of Christian missionaries. Therefore, under normal circumstances, they will have no need for this book. However, this book should be regarded as a resource for the entire Jewish community. Now, this great man decided to write this book to enlighten Jews. He didn't write it for Christians. He wrote it for Jews to know more about the Creator and to understand things that they may not have understood. Not the Orthodox Jews. Those that are Orthodox, they have no need for this. But remember that there are different types of Jews. There are those that are Jews by birth. There are those that are Jews by conversion, and so on and so forth. And then it's also, I recommend this book for anyone that is seeking for the truth and really loves his Creator and wants to serve Him the way He wants you to serve Him, and not according to the way a man wants you to serve Him. Intermarriage and assimilation. The Torah does not recognize the marriage between a Gentile and a Jew unless prior to the marriage the Gentile has properly converted to Judaism according to the requirements of Jewish law. Statistically, non-Orthodox American Jews have a low marriage rate and delay marriage longer than the general population. Once married, they have a very low birth rate. The replacement birth rate causing no net gain or loss of population, i.e. 2.1 children per family. The average birth rate among non-Orthodox American Jews is about one child per family, which is half of replacement. As a result of this catastrophic birth rate, the non-Orthodox American Jewish population will decrease by 50% in each generation. In addition, the non-Orthodox Jewish American intermarriage rate with Gentiles is at least 50%. After an initial intermarriage, approximately 75% of the children of intermarried parents themselves intermarry, and only 4% of these intermarried parents raise their children with a Jewish identity. As a result of these facts, within 3 more generations, 97% of today's non-Orthodox Jews will have no Jewish descendants. This book provides 26 reasons why Jews should not intermarry, so that non-Orthodox American Jews will not disappear. This book is also designed to assist those Jews who have already intermarried and who wish to inculcate their interfaith children with a Jewish identity and influence them to embrace Jewish religious values. That's just about one more reason about the book and the purpose of this book. Now, there is a saying I would like to quote by Mark Twain. He says here, he said, "All things are mortal, but the Jew. All other forces pass, but he remains. What is the secret of his immortality?" That is by Mark Twain. Check that out. I want to let you know that this person that is making this quote, that's made this quote, has done his research properly. Just as I have done my research, I have discovered that all the Jews, now I'm talking about real Jews. Who is a Jew? Let me repeat it again. Let me explain. A Jew is not just someone that has been given birth to by a Jew. A Jew is someone that has a personal relationship with the Creator and that follows his Torah. I hope you grab that that explanation or that definition of a Jew. A Jew is not someone that was born in Israel that have Jewish grandparents. But a Jew is someone that have a personal relationship with his Creator and observe the Torah. So now, hear me. I have said during the course of my research, all the Jews, all the Jews that I know, both in the Torah and in the generations that passed, that kept the Torah, did not die. They lived forever. That's why Mark Twain is not just saying that. He's speaking based on the research he's got. What is the secret of his immortality? Remember what our Creator says. He said, "If you obey my Torah will keep you." And he said, "You will not die, but you have eternal life." That is what is written in the Torah. Now, if you say no, but people that keep the Torah, they still died and pass on, blah blah. There are certain things I cannot see on this video because it's not for this level. Death is not as you say it. Number one. Let me just give you an example of Sarah, because if I should go into it, there'll be a lot of questions, and for this level of teaching, I cannot go into it. I don't want to go into it for fear that one might overstand what I'm trying to communicate, since you have not reached that spiritual level to be able to grasp that mystery. A lot of people, I'm telling you, including men and women in the Bible, let me use the word Bible, did not die. The only ones mentioned in the Bible is Enoch and Eliyahu the prophet, the Nabi, that's Elijah the prophet, that went up when and in what do they call it, chariot of fire. But there are women and men, based on my research, a lot of them, I'm talking about those that strictly kept the Torah, that did not die. They went alive to the Garden of Eden. They went alive to Judah world. Nobody just saw them around anymore. They just went alive. But they are not mentioned in your Bible. A lot of secrets has been hidden from the world. And what happened, let's say the Jews during interpretation, I wonder why did they not just say right things where they are? They say it's for fear of being killed. When the Greeks were forcing them to translate the Torah that was in then Paleo Hebrew into their language, they had to, under the inspiration, of course, of the Ruach HaKodesh, they had to make sure that they leave out a lot of things. And of course, you agree with me that what's written in the Bible is enough for everyone, both the wise and unwise. Now, if you are a wise person, you will not just stop at the Bible. You will not just stop at what you're seeing there in black and white. You will seek to know more. And that's why it's always important that before you read the Bible, before you read the Torah, you ask the Creator, you ask God to speak to you, interpret the words to you. Because what you see written is not exactly as it is. There is more, much more that meets the high eye. So he said, all things are mortal, but the Jew. All other forces pass, but he remains. What is the secret of his immortality? He never died. I'll just mention one thing. Maybe when his assignment on this earth is over, he passes on to the next world. But whenever he needs to fulfill one or two obligations, he has the ability to come back to it and go back. That's why a Jew is immortal. And what makes him immortal is the Torah. It's written in the Torah that the spirit of death has no power over one that engages in the study of the Torah. It is also written, you can do good work, you can pray, you can do everything, but Torah study surpasses everything you will do in life. Why is that so? Because in it is embedded the code of creation. In it is embedded the names of Almighty. These are the 72 names of Almighty I've been showing you here. In it is embedded that code that parted the sea of reeds. In these names you see here is embedded the code for immortality. You have everything in your Creator. When he said he's making man in his image, did you think that he was lying? Did you think that he was joking? Or did you think that he was just like speaking for the sake of speaking, that he didn't mean what he was saying? Have you known your Creator to be a joker or to be a liar? Now, if you believe that you're created in his image, then how can you think that you will die? Oh yes, the wages of sin is death. And in the book of Deuteronomy and also Leviticus, it's written, choose life and live. Choose the Torah and live. If you break any of his commands, then you will see the sickness of the Egyptians will be upon the person, the wrath of Almighty will be upon the person, that soul will be cut off. I'm sure you've seen it in the Old Testament, like you fondly call it, the soul will be cut off. Do you know what it means for a soul to be cut off? It means that soul will die. The same thing that was spoken to Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. When he said that soul will be cut off, it means by the time the person will reach a certain stage and be cut off from the earth, the person will cease to exist. And now what happens? The person will go to Gehenna to suffer for his sins. That is it. But he said, when you keep my Torah, you shall not taste of death. Now, if you know that your El is not a man, if you know that God is not a man that he can lie, then how can you think that you will keep his Torah and die? That's negative programming of the world. Saying that every man, something must kill a man. That as you advance in age, so the person will advance in the sickness. So the sicknesses and diseases that will kill the person increases, and at the end of the day, it leads to death. If you believe that, if you allow that negative programming to take hold of your consciousness, then you are the one that have killed yourself. But if you obey the Torah and you follow the words of your Creator, all the negative programming in the world will not have any effect on you. You will not believe it, and you will live the fullness of your years, and you will see you have access to the immortality that God has given to all those, or made available for those that will seek Him, love Him, and obey His words. And that's why in the book of Deuteronomy it says, and thou shalt love Adonai Elohenu with all your heart, with all your might, and with all your resources. Once you love your Creator and you obey His words, you will become like Him. You cannot die. If your Creator you cannot die, so why can you die? You created in His image. The only reason for death is sin. And it's stated very clearly. Whether you're reading the Old Testament or New Testament, it's stated very clearly the wages of sin is death. It's there in the Torah and it's there also in the New Testament. It's very simple. If anyone is dying, that means the person is sinning. The person has broken the Torah. And that's why it's always good before you sleep to ask for forgiveness. Ask your Creator to forgive you if there's any sin you've committed, knowingly or unknowingly, that have broken His words. He should have mercy on you. I'll stop here. I don't want the video to be lengthy. We'll continue in another session.